Hello and welcome to the Glorious Smite League, and today we have second placed team Space Down versus third placed teams Euphemism. I'm joined today by Morton and hello Morton.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. We have Euphemism in third place. I would say that's like quite a surprise to some people. They've been creeping up those leaderboards. They've been really creeping up there, and they find themselves in the top three right now. And the hardest challenge so far has been against Just Build Different, but now they've got another hard challenge against Spaced Out. How do you think they will fare against Spaced Out?
Yeah, so they have been creeping up. I think Spaced Out have been on they've had some issues and they've had some poor form. I feel like they've sort of plugged that hole with their free agent pickups, and I expect Spaced Out to take this game quite easily. To be honest with you, knowing those guys, I think danger picks on Euphemism really is we're looking at. Freak Out in the mid lane and Lupo D'Argentato, who has been steadily climbing up the jungle rankings, just moved into 4th place. I don't think he's going to be too much of an issue though for the spaced out roster personally.
Yeah, Lupo D'Argentato is definitely a star player in this Euphemism squad, which, by the way, became a team in after mid-season. So Spaced Out and Euphemism actually haven't played against each other yet, so it'd be interesting to see how they fare out against each other. Lupo D'Argentato has an interesting play style, one of which I don't know if it would be much of a problem for Spaced Out. Well, what do you think about? Can you elaborate on Lupo's playstyle for what we've seen in this so far in the season?
Lupo's playstyle is something that was basically as a team, our strategy to play around when it comes to fighting is wait for him to blink in before his solo laner does and blow him up, because somehow, for some reason, every game he's played almost, he's been engaging, even in late game team fights, before his solo laner and somehow getting away with it. As a result, we see pretty much insane damage numbers coming out from him every game, but we also see an insane amount of deaths. So I feel like if you can play, you can play around that as Spaced Out, and I think they're smart enough to recognise that, and I think they'll probably notice that he does well with a lead because he likes to run at people with their backs and stuff like that. But his farming game in the mid game is kind of poor, and I've seen him drop 2-3 level leads before on people just because he's lurking around a totem or a back camp trying to get a cheesy kill on someone who honestly isn't worth it even as much as a back camp at that point. So I expect Spaced Out to punish him for it this game. So far he hasn't been.
Yeah, no, he has a risky playstyle to him, and sometimes it pays off. It has definitely against some of the lesser teams that don't really have the most coordinated backlines and stuff. So he's been able to run rampant at certain backlines, and we also have he's done well. He's got an interesting statistic to him. He's really climbing up those top kills rankings, but in the other hand, he's also climbing up his top deaths rankings really quick too. That's another thing that's notable about Lupo.
His average damage is like 30k a game, right? So
yeah,
I think Tier needs to watch his step basically, because I think that this man might be taking over the mantle of the king of in for player damage. Because 30 plus k a game with that many deaths, it's definitely going towards Lupo, I would say.
Yeah, he's definitely play. That's inting for damage, and that's inting for I don't know what he ints for. A bit of everything really. But yeah, we get into these pick and bans. By the way, we see the Nemesis first pick. We're followed by the Sobek AMC for Euphemism, and then we got the Yuan responding to that, as well as the Cthulhu. Having the first pick in Nemesis really opened up that Cthulhu for them and negated the chances of Euphemism picking it up. What's your thoughts on these drafts so far?
I mean, individually, as individual characters, I think they're all super strong. But I've never ever been a fan of picking up a Nemesis as the first pick. I just think it's too easily countered. If you want to pick up something like a Darji or like a Fenrir or something like that, anyone with really any heavy CC that can abuse the beads timers, I think it's kind of rough for a Nemesis. So yeah, I don't like it, but it looks like that it's going unpunished to some extent. So I don't mind it as it stands. I like the Nemesis now. I like the Yu Huang. I think Nemesis, yeah, she can get crippled. Her bubble can be popped kind of easily here, but I think she can have a good game if she plays her engages right. Wait for a few things to go down. She should be able to go in and mop up quite nicely.
Yeah, no, they have a. I really like the Nemesis truly. Nemesis, first pick is always a risk, definitely a risk. But it also has its benefits of the game, like for every pick. That's about it, really, for benefits. If they picked a really good backline here, like for me, honestly, I would have picked like a Yuhuan or something, like something really safe that can get away from a Nemesis. Because if you can get away from a Nemesis and you pick something that can peel off a Nemesis, she just does nothing all game. Um, and that's some things you can really do. If we see a Yamoja lock in, I love a Yamoja. We got the Anha as well as the Erlang Shen. Erlang Shen is pretty good in the jungle right now. I remember the rework he had, the little rework he had on his dash. People doubted that he would be played in jungle again, but that's been found to not be true. He's been played more in jungle often than not.
Well, they took away his knock-up and everyone cried about it, but ultimately they made him even stronger at boxing hunters. So yeah, here he is again, more warrior jungles, running the meta in Smite. Surprise, surprise, eh? It's his ability to box hunters and stuff that's why I think he's doing so well at the moment. Don't think he fights particularly well into a Nemesis though, if I'm being completely honest. I think that 1v1 is kind of a rough one for him.
Yeah, he's going to have to pull some good things to get anything out of this entire team. Like, if he's gonna get to Anhe, he has to worry about being peeled out by Yamoja. He's never gonna get to Yuhuan. Let's be honest, Yuhuan's just ridiculously safe. I don't think he ever gets onto the Yuhuan. Um, so that'll be an interesting one. See how he engages these fights. Hopefully Omar will be helping him out on this Sobek, but even Sobek, I don't really know what you get out of that, to be honest. Out of that engage from a Sobek. Not too sure, but then on the other side you have the Cthulhu and Nemesis, and that's a really, really good engage. You have plenty of space from, well, Cthulhu.
I feel like he doesn't really have a target that he can go on here. I feel like in this game he has to pretty much go mannequins, stone cutting, maybe chins and a winged blade, right? And I think he's got to go kind of bruisery. But I think ultimately every fight's going to look similar to something like this. He's going to blink on an Anher and get impaled and die, or he's going to blink on a Yu Huang, get stunned and die. So I don't really know, or he's going to get caught out in the jungle somewhere and get your Mojo ulted and die. So I don't know. I'm struggling to see the value of an Erlang pick here. Honestly, I would have preferred something else. Even like an Osiris, for example, would have been better than an Erlang here. I think there's a lot of options he could have gone for, but just off the top of my head, something like that would have been better.
Notice they banned out spaced out banned out the Gilgamesh, and we've seen Lupo run around with it before it was taken out the game for a bit. So I think that was definitely a target ban on their behalf, and I feel like maybe Lupo was just going scraping the bottom of the barrel of his god pool maybe, and he thought, well, I'm pretty good at these warrior jungles, I may as well go Erlang Shen. Why not? I think the Cyrus was also banned as well. Yeah, he was banned out.
So it was. I'm a
Yeah,
troll.
that's a lot of
Yeah,
banned out gods out of Lupo's god pool from what we've seen so far in his
that's
gameplay.
true. Carly being one of them as well. Actually, they chose to ban that one, and Carly was surprising because I thought was one of his stronger picks
Yeah, I
personally.
don't think I've seen BMJ on much of a Carly, to be honest. I haven't seen him play much Carly. He's been playing a lot of the warrior jungles, the Nem, the bats, you know.
Yeah, Nemesis. I think is Nemesis Gilgamesh has got to be his two most played gods, isn't it? Surely from Gilgamesh from sort of the start, split one of the season. And if it wasn't banned, obviously something else. But I've seen a lot of slam lock Nemesis from him.
Yeah,
You can't argue with his results. So
you can't. Yeah, I got a pentakill on who was it? I don't even remember who it was. You got a pentakill on one of them.
the pentakill was the Babylonians, I believe, right?
Yeah, so does it count?
Does it count? Probably not. Honestly, sorry, BMJ, to say it. It's an illegitimately gained pentakill.
Yeah, as we do go into the game, we are seeing, well, we have the line out of Spaced Out. Well, it's differing quite a bit nowadays with their recent pickups and whatnot. Slaking not being available as much. So today we have Sparkfire in solo, followed by Oma in solo, Big Man Jesus and Lupo on the Smurf account on the jungle, Liner and I Freak Out holding that mid lane. And supporting them will be Final Blood Mitch, the Pressed Rhino, on the Yamoja and Xingqian. And we have Anhe, the Ginger Archer, and Jinwei, the Cookie Monster, on the ADC role. So we get started with this game. Both teams doing traditional damage to speed buff start.
You surprised to see? I don't see Nemesis with mannequins all too often, honestly. That's something you've seen much. I don't tend to see it personally. I've always thought it's sort of like an Eye of the Jungle type thing.
No,
Erlang, I can get behind it, but mannequins just seems weird to me to go on Nemesis.
no, Sonic
Uh,
saw my keybones. That's pretty cool. The patch has reset my keybones, so that's really cool. But yeah, no, we definitely always mostly like see it. I have jungle. Um, I hate these keybones. Wow. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Looks like BMJ's posturing for a gank onto I Freak out here, and he is a bit pushed up here. The slow's going to come out for Big Man Jesus, and he's going to get some poke out. Was that a beads used? That was a beads used by I Freak out then. May not have been needed, to be honest.
bit of a panic beads it looked like there. I suppose BMJ is looking to use the mannequins for some insane early pressure by the looks of it.
There's a big fight happening right now. BMJ is actually losing this exchange, and he's going to go down as a first blood for Lupo Dargentato. And Lina's still around here and still a bit in trouble. She needs to be careful of how she positions here. She could be caught out here. Oma's on this solo lane. Could come out. Good route. Lupo coming in. Dash. Good peel by Sparkfire, but he could be out on his own life there. Beats used by Lina. And Sparkfire could go down here. He's very low, but so is Lupo. And it looks like he might get away. AMC using the movement speed from the hives, but not going to be able to catch up there. And that is a first blood for Euphemism.
I think that was a bit of a dropped double kill there, though. I feel like Omar should probably have rotated a lot sooner. As I saw Lina rotating towards that right side of the jungle, there's only one way that she could realistically path. I would have expected the Sobek to at least be in position to slow her down somewhat. I feel like that was a bit of a dropped double. It was a nice, I mean, first blood's always nice either way, but I do think they could have done more with that, personally.
Yeah, I agree. Oma definitely should have been rotating much earlier. He had a free clear like pathway to it, so like I don't see why he didn't. But then Lina and BMJ really dropping that kill onto Lupo as well. I don't think Lina was in the position to do that. Was just a bit not close enough, right? To that situation that was going on. It forced a rotation out of her, and well, it almost went horribly wrong.
Yeah, and I would say, take more of a consideration into what gods you're playing as and versus, Ryan. It's a Nemesis Yu Huang into an AMC Erlang. I feel like the AMC Erlang will just win that 2v2 all day long. So I don't know. Maybe I'm sure they know their matchups. I'm thinking it's maybe a little bit of overconfidence. I think now they've dropped that first blood, they'll sort of go, okay, let's stop. Let's not take the mick anymore and sharpen up, stem the bleeding, and do our thing. You know.
Yeah, they definitely need to be careful not to get complacent. You know, they haven't even faced Euphemism, so this could be a stylistic matchup that could go wrong for them. Who knows? So they do need to be careful, not to get complacent. Yeah, let's see. BMJ going for those backs that don't exist right now, unfortunately for him. Ginger Archer really pushing the initiative. Yeah. These binds are really getting on my fucking nerves.
At least I'm sure at least you can see the game though. My screen looks like a chessboard at the moment, but I'm doing my best. I'm like squinting at the TV, like thinking, what's going on here in this fight?
Which
I'm
pixel is your
working with it.
moja?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But yeah, well, we see Lupo chasing BMJ to his own back camps right now, and I wonder if they are aware of this. Liner seems to be rotating Sparks on top of this as well. Yeah, well, Lupo's gonna get this blue buff possibly here. Wow, nothing on my binds are working. But Sparkfire is gonna ult for this, and they do secure the blue buff. Stina coming out from my freak out here. Lino with the ultimate and does get the kill onto Lupo, and that's a good kill for Spaced Out. Did they not get the blue buff? They did get the blue buff. I was like, why is Spark walking past this blue buff? That's a good return kill by Spaced Out, punishing Lupo for playing aggressive, which they really need to do. You shouldn't be allowing Lupo to play aggressive, and they didn't allow for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's as we said before, wasn't it? I just feel like it's going to be so easy for them, just to let him over aggress. I think for anyone else that's watching, you do have to play Euphemism, and this is really what you should be doing. It's not a matter of if he plays over aggressive. He literally does it every single game. So just take some notes, wait for him to over aggress, and punish him for it. It will happen.
Yeah, and so it did happen, and well, looks like Euphemism, you know, they still have the goal lead from their first blood bonus, and exactly like 500 goal lead they have almost now. But game is far, far from over, and we're spaced out to return with that kill. First, they definitely will be looking to see if they can get more out of this game, and BM Chase ulting onto Lupo here, and Lupo's gonna get out of there. Doesn't want much to do with that. It's just a wasted ult by BMJ. And the Greater Scorp's going to be put down on both sides of the map here. So far, nothing crazy coming out of the builds. And only first is interested, not the worst thing. Bloodforge coming out first as well from Ginger Archer. Yeah, it is the new patch, the first day of the new patch, technically, on this game. You know, you've got to try out new builds and whatnot.
Yeah, it's we're going to see some spicy ones.
Yeah, BMJ is a bit of a trouble, but Sparkfire's here with his big slappy squid arms, ready to slap around some Lupo, and Lupo's taking an interesting path in here, walking right back into the face of Spaced Out, and he's going to go down, and that's a 1 and 2 for Lupo. This early in the game isn't good for your jungler to be dying this much this early in the game.
Yeah, we've only ever really seen him play well with a lead, right? Anytime that I've ever seen him play, you know, on even or from behind, never really seen much out of him, honestly. So curious to see now what he does or what he can even do as an underleveled, underfarmed Erlang. I think this might be sort of the beginning of a really rough set for him. I think his matchups are so poor as it is already, and now he's 1 and 2. It's a level down, probably almost a level and a half, honestly. I think it's a downward path. His only real hope at the moment is to stem the bleeding by just hyper farming, but that's not really an Erlang thing. Erlang, he's early pressure, isn't he? You want him in the mid lane. fighting for neutrals and stuff. So I think he's going to struggle, honestly.
Yeah, he's definitely going to struggle on this R lane pick. He kind of need to be ahead on it. As well as he's aggressive playstyle really wants him to have a bit of a lead. Just we just see most people farming up right now, as they should be. Lupo once again in the jungle, all spaced out. Oh, no vision onto him right now, so they're not aware of it. But on the back end, Big Man Jesus is in around this dual lane in their own jungle and maybe looking for a trebuchet. It looks like they're gonna put Cookie Monster out of it and take his purple buff for free. And yeah, they will take that purple buff, but on the back end of it, well, looks like Lupo wanted the blue buff. I don't think he got it though. Spark 5 aware of this.
That's a real shame if he didn't get it, honestly. It was a nice attempt though to go and make some counterplay in the far lanes. Unfortunately for him, BMJ is someone who, you know, is going to be on time to his camps and make sure they're down, so you're not going to get much in the way of a speed buff there that we saw him sniffing around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he looked for it, to be honest. You expect your enemy jungler's time is to be on par with yours, and his speed buff is still on like a minute, so yeah, I'm surprised
Did he put a ward down?
Nope.
No. You can almost justify the time as a jungler. You can justify the time spent traveling from their back camp to their yellow camp, provided you get a ward down with their yellow. And if you don't, it's just like 4 seconds of wasted time, which might not seem like a lot, but you know, pennies make pounds. It all adds up. You can farm the lead by being efficient.
Yeah, no, you definitely need to be placing your wards on that speed buff, if not the back camps at the very least, just so you can get the pathing of the enemy jungler, and then you also get the timers, which is very, very useful. If you see that, you know, the enemy jungler's at a speed buff, maybe you can push for something on the dual side of the map, maybe the mid side of the map, do something with it, with that information that you have. It's very important information, having your knowledge of players' whereabouts.
Exactly it, and the time, you know. Oh look, Nemesis is at their yellow. Let's go milk their juicer, for example. Well, it's anything. We'll go look for a purple invade. We know they can't be here. Let's look for oracles. Yes, it's all super valuable information. You should. I don't know if I've even seen it buy awards yet, honestly. It might just be because my screen's so pixelated and I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen it.
Lupo just went down here and BMJ's gonna get out. Good ult by Spark. Not entirely sure what happened. I think Lupo was just being aggressive again. And, well, spaced out are taking 4 advantage so far. Lupo 3 deaths already in 12 minutes. The only 3 deaths on his team so far.
I might say Lupo Dargent Inter.
That's
terrible. That's a terrible joke.
Yeah,
not looking good for him, that's for sure.
Definitely doing a bit of Inton. But yeah, they're gonna get this great score. Pyromancer are also down as well.
Yeah, I'm going to expect them to start sniffing around this Gold Fury soon, I think, honestly. That I don't think this Erlang is at a point of the game now, I just don't think it's a threat to anybody. I think that they'll probably start looking to sniff around this left side so they can pick up a couple of kills. But the Gold Fury, I'd expect it in the next sort of 3 or 4 minutes, I think. You know, there's just, yeah, I think Anher's got a nice early power spike with the Blood Forge. Got lots of life still. I don't think, you know, Yu Huang's infinite safety. I don't think there's anything this Erlang can do to get to the back line, give them any trouble. So I think they should definitely be looking to force some fights around here.
Looks like he's Ginger Archer's also going into the Executioner. I'd be interested to see what he goes with that with the new Gliss. But Cookie Monster doesn't know where to go as he's about to die to Ginger Archer, a solo kill. But on the back end, Lupo is also there and is able to pick up that kill. And that's a good solo kill for Ginger, but Lupo finding a way back into the game for now. Maybe a little pathway to returning back into the game. And Ginger Archer gonna go down there. It's gonna pick up the Executioner in the end. I'm interested to see what Gliffy goes.
But it's got to be the ferocity, right? Has to be the damage, the bonus damage one. The other I just call it cap XE for like, you know, capped attack speed. The other one, that's more of a jungle item, honestly, or like an ability based ADC item.
Yeah.
It's super nice, but honestly, as a AA based hunter, you're gonna want the bonus damage all day long because it is quite potent.
Quite potent, yeah.
Quite potent, sir.
Indeed, indeed.
Is it like 20% bonus damage, isn't it? It's 2% stacking 10 times as far as I remember.
All I know is that it stacks like 90% pay or something ridiculous because of the bug that it has, which I'm unsure if was live during this time. I'm going to assume it was, which is unfortunate, but you know.
Oh yeah, actually that's worth noting to anyone watching. This is a replay from a while ago, meaning that certain items that aren't in the game now may be seen in this game. Some stuff that's banned, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you
you'll
get
see a
the idea.
bauble for sure on this emoji, I'd imagine, at some point in the game, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
The most broken item Smite's ever released, surely.
It's
That
definitely
bauble
up there.
quite potent.
Definitely up there. But guys, 15% reduced damage. That's totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Infinite Seeky ones say, I don't care. Infinite Evo ones. 13-second hero ults say, I don't care about that.
It's totally fine, guys. 50% reduced damage.
You see, you imagine what sort of like healing numbers a Ra or an Afro could pump out now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm giving people ideas here, and I probably shouldn't be.
Pump
Considering
his
I've got a
Afro.
lot of them. But please, guys, let's just have an agreement here to just not play, you know, Afro.
A hell as well. Yuck.
Yeah, I don't want to see none of that.
Hell with those fucking AA procs and stuff on the bumbers. I don't even know if you would have built it, but why not for the fun of it? Unlimited heals.
I would. Screw it, I would.
Just start switching all the time. It'd be great.
Be the most frustrating thing, honestly.
It's definitely one of those items where like there's so much possibilities and like fun that could be had of it, but there's also the downside of it is that some of these gods do with the item really well, maybe too well, and it kind of just breaks the balance of the game, in my opinion.
I completely agree. You know, I haven't tested it myself. I have tested a lot of scummy stuff that I haven't spoke of yet. I don't plan to either. But one of the things that I haven't tested that I've been hearing whispers of, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that you can Kumba Mez. And then as long as you can mez them again before like it's finished, basically. Provided obviously no one interrupts.
So, big team fight happening with Pyromancer right now. Yuan ult was used and Spaced Out do get this Pyromancer and Euphemism trying to charge out, but Lupo is not going to charge out. He's looking for space into the backline. Only ulti mode, Fireblood Mitch there, but it's trying to get away, but is he going to get away? He is going to get away. And that's a Pyromancer for Spaced Out and not much for Euphemism here. They could have walked away with the ultimates, but Lupo using his ultimate as well. Lots of ultimates used on both sides. And it just remains the hunters going ahead and doing some exhilarating gameplay in this duel lane right now, not having their ultimates down.
Boring Jinwei gameplay.
Just
I can't hate on
gameplay.
it though. Like, as an ADC, you're not having fun until you hit 20, right? So, you know, why not slam lock in Jinwei and just sort of guarantee that you get there, I suppose. So I'm not...
An interesting pickup, I have to say, is the Transcendence on Jinwei. I don't feel like she's got that really focused. I don't like this Jinwei build at all, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of it either. To be quite honest, yeah.
You definitely just go devs and
Yeah.
like win, like Atalanta. So you have to have some sort of credit online for Gene. That's literally a whole thing, right? Um, like Transcendence is the item for an all attack base god. You know, like that's what you build on like a Kai or maybe an AMC, not a Jingwei. You would build that on Varma, would you? You know?
Yeah, no, I don't like it because I just don't like. I'm not really a big fan of Assy though either. Honestly, I just not a fan personally. I mean, she's more god specific, like you said, but yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely not a fan. I would buy 3 items. I would have liked to have seen at least like a wind demon or something in a Jingwei build by now. Situational, of course, but she can make use of low crit chance better than anyone else, I suppose.
Yeah, I definitely would have preferred the Atalantas in there with the devs for sure. Like the
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Like, you see your god strengths, don't just load up Smite Fire and just find an ADC build, man.
We've had a couple of people this season, haven't we? Like lovingly given the term Smite Fire builder. Maybe this is one of them. Although this is not quite as criminal.
Ginger Archer gonna go in here and he's gonna use the beats and the Aegis Amulet. Lupa's gonna dive in and there's not much Ginger can really do there. Try to use the, the Fury Strike to get that CC immunity and try to survive, but wasn't able to. Good stun by Mitch. Sparkfire here with the rotation, and BMJ's here as well. I'm going to use the ultimate onto Lupo. BMJ's got blasted there, and he goes down. Here comes Sparkfire with the ultimate, and he's going to do something. Linus here on the back end as well, going to put out some huge damage onto the Depressed Rhino. Meanwhile, Sparkfire continues to zone out 3 members of Euphemism here, and did take down Lupo while he was at it. He's going to take down the Depressed Rhino as well, and he does. Is he going to get punished for this? I don't think so. Jinwei trying to get some autos off, and it's Liner on the back end having to dash out. And Sparkfire Smash Shell used. Is he going to get out of this? That would be absolutely ridiculous if he does. He does. And Cookie Monster picks up the kill onto Sparkfire, and that is a 2-for-2 trade.
I can't believe how quickly Nemesis just got blown up there. It was absolutely insane. I just wish it wasn't in chessboard format, but I'm pretty sure he got knocked up by a Jingwei wind gust, was it? And then just instantly blown up.
Yeah.
What I could make out.
Got blown up. I remember getting a kill onto Mitch as well as picking up the Golfy, I believe, unless there was a steal that I wasn't aware of. Cookie Monster is in trouble though. BMJ's gonna get this kill. Returning back to the fight he once died in. That's not too good for Euphemism, but they do pick up the Golfy. That's a good way back into the game. That was a good fight for Euphemism. They just shouldn't have been picked off by the person they killed first. That's not a good thing for them.
Never a nice feeling when someone ignores their entire jungle just to run back to a fight and pick up a kill, right? But props to Euphemism because they're only 1,000 gold down, give or take, and they're making plays. So I personally wasn't expecting it. So fair play to them, honestly, and fair play to the Erlang Shen for staying even at least in terms of gold and XP. The Nemesis, in fact, he's got a slight lead on the Nemesis now, which is actually huge.
Euphemism pinging out this Pyroman zone. They're gonna wait for it to come up, but it looks like Fireblood manages to survive it, and it's gonna look for maybe a steal. Sparkfire around the back here, and this looks like it's gonna be a huge team fight incoming. Sparkfire steal the Pyroman, so Sparkfire with a really good steal there, and he's gonna ult right into the middle of Shieldform's procs, and Raxton and Lupo's gonna take that knock up to the face, go down. The Presto also goes down. Big double kill for Big Man Jesus. And he's gonna chase down this Oma, maybe get that triple kill. Could we see a Penta? No, we cannot. We cannot see the big man Penta today.
I mean, you need if you want to get a Penta in this league, you
need Cookie Monster not be on the other team.
Yeah, or you need Matt to be on the other team and to run out of face on the quad kill and run at you, right? Surely.
The double time. It looks like Fire Giant's being pulled by Space Down, and they're going to get that very comfortably. Absolutely no competition from Euphemism. Just straight up get that Fire Giant and leave. Well, I say that, but BMJ's posturing around this blue buff, and He doesn't want Oma getting it, and he is gonna get it. So he's just gonna get out of there whilst he can. We look at the play damage. See Sparkfire well up there to his counterpart Sobek, who's very far down there. Sparkfire have been putting in really good work so far.
Cthulhu doing Cthulhu things, right? I'm pretty sure he stole that Maya with that Pyro with his Maya, right? And then I think he got one of the biggest Cthulhu ults I've seen yet in this league. I mean, he just ulted into like 3 people, 4 people, transformed. That was huge, absolutely huge. And it's obviously it's going to be hard not to do that much damage when you go Conduit Gem Warlock. So.
One thing I noticed from Euphemism is they just let him get into the middle of their team. They don't do anything. They don't space out or anything, and he just ults them. they get bombarded by it. So I want to see Euphemism. You know, you see the Cthulhu walking into your team. Maybe space it out a little bit because they're all getting hit by that Cthulhu ult, and they're all right in the middle of it when it happens.
Yeah, it's not like they're even getting caught out by like a blink or something, right? So. As far as I could make out,
yeah, he's quite literally just walking up.
A big lumbering oaf just walking into 5 people.
Euphemism looking for a base rush, base race right now. Looks like BMJ's here to defend it. They're gonna take down the T2, but on the other end, we got spaced out with the Fire Giant pushing towards this Phoenix, and I think it's absolutely trolled by Euphemism. Sparkfire is gonna go out,
this race.
and well, everyone's low on their side. Oma's the only one here to defend this, and he's not going to really get much out of this. Magic Shell coming out from Mitch to negate any sort of damage that may have came from that. And Oma's now in big trouble. Might go down here. And it looks like Lion's looking for the knock up there. Gonna get it. Gets that kill onto Oma. Good use of the Yu Huang kit there. As we do go into a pause.
Combat pause. Really, guys?
Really, guys?
Really, guys? Like, come on.
Looks like I3 got disconnected, but yeah, I really like that knock up from the Yufan there, the liner, getting that knock up onto that Oma, but yeah.
I think that's a really troll decision from Euphemism to try to have a base race there with, you know, with Spaced Out running it down left there with the buff. I think that's a really bad decision on their part.
We skipped a few movements in the game, but Cookie Monster does go down. But yeah, no, I don't see a world where they ever do that. Just defend the Phoenix that you have whilst you have it. There's no reason to do that. You know, they did last week get that back door onto Protectors of Yggdrasil, and maybe they're hopefully trying to do it against Spaced Out or something, I'm not sure.
Maybe, but surely they've realised it was illegitimately gained, right, by misplays on the other. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so sickening, honestly. It was worse than the Wiener Brigade's Winion situation. Do you remember that one?
I remember sort of, yeah. Say it again.
It was against us. They 5-man wiped us, ran for an EFG that hadn't spawned yet, and let 3 waves of fireweed minions push in and take Titan. We were 5-man wiped as well. No, but that one last week was still worse, in my opinion.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. And also, I don't get how you've got 4 people, running down a lone Nemesis, and Nemesis somehow still comes out to kill.
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Doesn't go down, gets a kill. What's going on there?
Yeah, I know, then runs it down mid lane and picks up another.
And then everyone else was just low for some reason. Like, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing? The shot calling from Euphemism isn't great right now.
Yeah, well, they've managed to go from what was pretty much an even game to 10k down in it seems like 1 or 2 plays. Which is quite... I mean, I'd like to see the gold graph, because I'm sure we'll see a
look at that little stairway from heaven.
There it is.
Of that gold difference.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. For Euphemus, it's definitely to hell. Yeah, it looks like Flupo wants to get this kill, steal this trophy, but it's not going to be able to do it. And just missed time in the ult. And then DMJ on the other hand, soloing this Pyroman. It's a good objective play from Spaced Out, ensuring that both objectives go down to their side. And make sure Euphemus doesn't get any of the crumbs.
Yeah, and just as a you know, a bit of a point out, had BMJ had gone for a Boombas this game, he could solo this fire giant that's coming up now. Not that you'd particularly want to, but you know, it's a possibility.
He does opt
Um,
for that the executioner glyph. I forgot the name of it, but the one that will limit the capexy, you know, the capexy.
yeah, the Cap Hexy. That is a nice sound to it, honestly.
Yo, that's cap, exy. Fire giant is gonna go down shortly. Good ult by Mitch to isolate Oma out of this and secure that fire giant. Good play by Mitch. And well, Euphemism are being chased down by Sparkfire right now. Oma and Freakout want to get out of this, and good.
Doing it again.
BMJ is
They're just
to
doing it again.
1v3. Just because it works against Protective Elite GSL doesn't mean it will work against a team like Spaced Out, I'm saying.
Just surely you get the Phoenix. It
Yeah,
needs to be quick though.
that's gonna be a Phoenix go down. That's a second Phoenix going down. The left Phoenix is up and ready though again, but it's very low, and well, they're gonna try to chase him out here. Liner being pinned, but is able to get out freely. Looks like Spaced Out are just gonna retreat here, wait for BMJ to get up, and then maybe push for that left Phoenix later on.
I think it was a really good play there from BMJ he essentially it's not an int because you know it had value, right? But he essentially just ran at 3 people to allow his team to take a right Phoenix,
And this is big trouble for Euphemism. They do not want to be fighting this fight. They have chased well too far, and it looks like Oma's gonna take a lot of damage. Mitch with a great Yamocho, I swear, just ulted, but okay. That's the bubble coming in play there. Ginger Archer getting that kill onto Cookie Monster. Father Mitch gonna try to chase down Lupo here. And this is that was a horrible play from Euphemism. They should have just took the win while they had it, and instead they chased them down in the jungle, and Sparkfire just turned around and ulted, and that was the end for Euphemism really there.
another huge Cthulhu ult. Yeah, for free almost.
I feel like you need to ban Sparkfire's Cthulhu. He's played some very solid games on this Cthulhu so far in a short time in the league.
He has been a menace on it, that's for sure. And I don't know what just happened there, but
no idea. Lupo Fiends.
Lupo. Yeah, it's Lupo dead Gento now.
Yep, very dead. Left Phoenix is about to go down. Middle Phoenix is on its way. Depressed Rhino trying to get something on here, but Linus gonna be able to beat that finally, and push for this middle Phoenix. They really want it. Euphemism's Titan's under attack. Fire Giant waves pushing in on the right here. They really need to be aware of these waves pushing in. So he's down the time, all the time in the world to stall this out whilst they can. And well, all Euphemism can do really is watch right now and try to defend this middle Phoenix. He just popped a Sparkfire Cthulhu into the back line, and he's gonna and how that middle Phoenix is gonna go down, and they may even push for the Titan here.
Guys, I didn't need a blink, he'll pluck me, no problem.
Never pluck a Cthulhu into your back line.
Omar, come on. You know better than that, mate.
Space Tower gonna take that middle Phoenix and go down. Fire Giant waves are gonna push in. Maybe Euphemism could be the victim of the infamous backdoor today, who knows?
Yeah.
But only 3 coming up in 30 seconds.
And now it's a matter of, let's go grab On Your Fury, we'll go grab EFG, then we'll run it down with waves and end the game at this point. I wanted to point out actually something I really liked is what Liner's building at the moment. So I've been seeing a couple of mid laners do this where they're going for Book of Thoth, and they're not just doing it for. It was actually Rosie the first person I saw to do it without going into like a Kukulkan or into a Book of the Dead build. And when I sat down and asked them why, it was, well, it gives you like 180 power. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. And then when you buy Soul Reaver and you get like an extra it's a 10% mana conversions. You get like whatever the mana is. I'm pretty sure it's 250 mana, right? Or so it adds on, another 25 power. And I thought, Jesus, it's just like an insanely high power build. So seeing a poke mage like Yu Huang get the infinite mana, crazy power. I really, really like the builds. I really like the Book of Thoth pickup. It's something that looks weird, I think, to a lot of people at first, but when you understand the idea behind it, I think it's a really, really good idea.
I like this position from Lion as well. This is something we go over a lot. This position here, poking out this corridor, and well, here comes a huge corridor fight against a team that's very good against corridors. Well, on corridors, and Sparkfire ulting, Lion being ulted by the Pressed Rhino. It is in a bit of trouble here. Lupo is on the back end. Sparkfire getting a double kill onto Cookie Monster. Lion's in big trouble here, but Lupo, oh my word, people by Spaced Out, she didn't even get touched there. Good plays from Spaced Out. What is the Pressed Rhino doing?
Who could tell, mate? But sure was Lupo hungry for that kill and Lena there. They played that fight really well. That's a really rough one for Euphemism, right? To just take a fight in a corridor like that is, Yu Huang and a Cthulhu. You're a raw out away from being team wiped. Honestly, it was a yeah. Well, they did get wiped. A weird place to take that fight into that team comp, honestly.
They did, and
There's
that makes it 1-0 to Spaced Out.
there are certain gods, aren't there, that's like it's their wet dream to fight in a corridor like that, and one of them is Yu Huang, another one is Cthulhu, and probably another one, honestly, is Anhur and Yamoja. Like you can get so much value out of a channel like that. So yeah. Oh, Yu Huang really put in some numbers there. Freak Out didn't have a bad game really either, to be completely honest. Only died the once, did a hell of a lot of damage.
I think
Do
Freak
you know?
Out. Hmm?
Star player for their team, honestly, Freak Out. I don't think it's Lupo personally. I think it's Freak
Oh no,
Out is
no,
their
no,
strongest player.
no way! It's Lupo. Died 7 times. Um, but yeah, I think I Freak Out is definitely a play to watch out for. He's been playing really well under the shadow of like Lupo and stuff. He's definitely a dark horse, I think, in this division. He's always putting up such high damage numbers, and he plays the mid lane very well. I've seen him play it in other leagues, and he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, I've never really seen. I don't think I've seen much in the way of a bad performance from him yet, even on losing games. So I do agree. I think he is the He's definitely the standout player for that team. Almost every single set.
Yeah, so we're gonna quickly go into a break. Good performances from everyone though. I need to go sort on my bindings because Smite is trolling me once again. But we'll be right back with game 2. See you there.
Into the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. open your eyes and see the people chanting, slowly falling apart. The silence causing an earthquake. I'm wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling higher, and I know I can be taller. Shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on.
You on that nemesis, thinking her shield is pure scale. War thunder biz, I got my scythe on me. Pray to God I don't hit it, or you'd be the one on the gray scale. Yeah, spitting buzzer bars, smite even though it is shy. Fuck me, I need a new purpose in life. Yeah, welcome back to speed, fountain gang, rise up, run it down, no regrets, spawn back at the fountain. Yeah, fountain gang, Mr. Thana won't get removed from the team, but unlucky we try again. Pure skill flowing down my veins. No pussy guys on my track. Yeah, we talk about you, Capri ugly ass, but give me a rest. Only thing you good at, you fucking old, but don't even get me started on you, Aries. Yeah, let's throw it back to some skill. Crucible, be my cruising bro. Spinning, flipping, pushing peace. My man knocks up woman on the daily while looking kinda hazy. What I wouldn't do to be my cruising bro. Spitting buzzer bars, smite even though it is shy. Fuck me, I need a new purpose in life. Yeah, I might be an old life, but you talking, walking, breathing, smile. Fuck man, you might need more help than me. You plebs are playing casual while I'm sitting in the Galarian League. I must be cooler, right? Never mind, casual's better than the bombshell. All the love to my boy princess, but babies ruined the list. Should have seen that coming when all the big egos come together, turning it into a competition on who can cry louder. What a shame, really guess we bout to move on. I'm sorry, SB, you fucking legend. All the love's spaced out.
your taste in tunes and everything you ooze. The tempo of your beat, you bleed a melody. No one can control that old time rock and roll. No rule of gravity. And hey, can I follow you back to your room, watching you bloom in the light of the moon? Can I follow you back to your arms, wash it all off in the river of your heart? There's a million different songs that I learned to sing, watching you bloom in the light of the moon. Your loneliness will never be lost on me, so reach out and love and don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Turn up the stereo, the sound is taking hold. You dance like no one sees, a private galaxy. The music of your soul, a symphony composed. Your words are wasted on me. Hey, can I follow you back to your room, watching you bloom in the light of the moon? Can I follow you back to your arms, wash it all off in the river of your heart? There's a million different songs that I learned to sing, watching you bloom in the light of the moon. Your loneliness will never be lost on me, so reach out and love, don't be a stranger. Can I follow you back to your room, watching you bloom in the light of the moon? Can I follow you back to your arms, wash it all off in the river of your heart? There's a
Hello and
Extreme,
welcome to the second game, Players Fight League. Morton wants to stream. Will he get it? Find out next.
Prentice keeps forgetting to put his stream up. He's an absolute troll.
You know, you can just guess what's happened based on my reactions. It's fine.
Off of your amazing chair one in.
Yeah, I'm fine. Sick of John.
Exactly. You're gonna be like my guide dog for the rest of the set. You have been anyway, though, to be fair, 'cause I am literally staring at a chessboard for these games.
I could put it at 15 frame rates if you want. That's a thing.
Don't know if I can. I think I might end up with a headache, honestly, if I do.
Well, let's take the 30, see what happens. And if we have to, we might have to put it at 15 frame rates. I don't even know how that would work, but okay. You'll be watching a
Have a
movie.
catchphrase.
You'll be watching a movie, basically. But yeah, we go into these pickup bands. We got Spaced Out taking the game one, as you can't see from the screen because I'm a troll, but now you can. And, well, Euphemism needs a good comeback onto this Spaced Out team because there were some definite big misplays in their game.
There was some huge misplays, and I expect that they should sharpen up for game two. Interesting to see the Freya ban. Though, is that something that they banned in the first game? I don't think it was.
Yeah.
Not really. Okay, it's not really something that I might be wrong here, but it's not really something I really see Ginger playing. I feel like Ginger kind of just wants to assert his dominance in lane, right? And I think that's where we get picks like Anher and stuff like that coming from him, and the Artemis that we see a lot. I'm not sure if I would personally ban it against him. I would certainly ban his Chernobog, though. If you don't ban his Chernobog, you definitely don't want to be letting that through. First pick backer, though. Now that is a rough one, I think, to pick first. I think there's a lot of stuff out there that can counter pick it. I would never pick a Bakasura first. There's just no way.
No shot. You're getting the Kambakana. into the
Yeah,
face, I would imagine, if not
yeah.
worse.
Just play like Darji, or I mean, there's so much that you could list off that can absolutely dog a Bakasura. So yeah, I don't like that pick first.
Notice the target bands as well. The Q1 and the Nemesis did not like those picks, I think.
Yeah, I would argue that the Nemesis kept reban is probably because they dog on a back at sub hard, right? So like the Nemesis. I mean, granted, BMJ popped off with the Nemesis, but playing a Bakasura into Nemesis is like almost as bad as having a 1v1 as a Kali into an Arachne. You know, it's that bad. He pops his ult on you and starts beating you, and the shield is, well, his damage is healing you the whole time. You've got no way to pop it. It's just a super rough matchup. So I'm not surprised they've banned the Nemesis at all if they're looking to play backer. Unfortunately for him, there is about 1,000 other counter picks that they can pick here, one of which being the Bologna that we see. Could go into the jungle, could go into solo. It doesn't really matter. I'd be inclined, honestly, to take it into the jungle and just keep on letting Spark Fira take these, these Cthulhu solos and such.
Yeah, one thing they didn't notice is that the Emoja, Mitch played a huge game on that Emoja. It has been played really well, the Emoja, in the recent games as well. And they decided not to ban it out, which I think is a mistake, honestly. It's kind of like Golden in the Emoja. You don't want him having that god, you know? He's very good at the god, clearly.
Exactly right. And when I play against teams, I don't ban Yamoja until I know that someone is really damn good on it. And so far, I know that Gordon is a monster on it, and I know that Vile Blood is a monster on it. He just pumped out 14k healing in that last game. So I too, if I know one of the supports has got a Yamoja, that's getting banned for top 3 every single time.
Yeah, and shout out to the bitch in chat, Hyper Beast. You smell more. But yeah, we see the Cthulhu and AMC. They're running back to the AMC. And also space that have the Bologna that could be a potential flex into the jungle. We've seen BMJ play the Bologna before. Could be in the solo lane as well.
Think it should do. I think this really should go to the jungle. You look at your matchups here. You got Bologna, dogs on Bakasura, Bologna, dogs on AMC. Then you got the Yamojo. You look at the mid. You haven't got the mage yet. I mean, you got Digo. There's a Tiamat. You look at this mid 3v3. You got the Yamoja to completely shut off any route of escape that AMC might have. This is a huge mid 3v3 for them here. If they choose to take the Bologna into the jungle, I would really like to see that personally.
That's another danger pick, force based out. I think that Tiamat, Langer plays that Tiamat very well, and I think Euphemism are going to see that this game. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, and with the new patch as well, we're seeing you see the Bancroft's Claw upgrade now. I'm sure that they're available to use it unless it was banned during this time of the
It
game.
was not banned,
Um,
just can't buy it twice.
right. So if you're playing dive mages now in this current meta, Tiamat being one of them, the Bancroft's Claw is the most disgusting item you can buy. If you don't know what it does, over time you gain a stack, maximum 3, and once you cast an ability within 35 units of an enemy god, the more people that you do it on, the better. You will proc one of those stacks, and it will give you a health shield equivalent to 35% of your power. So you can proc that shield 3 separate times in really quick succession. So gods like Tiamat, gods like Hades, gods like Zonki are absolutely disgusting when you get this item online. So if you're playing this Tiamat, I'd really hope that they're aware of this item and they pick it, because if they're not, then I think you're really missing out.
Yeah. There's definitely some big items you can build on these majors at the moment. And well, we can see the last 2 picks for Euphemism here, and yeah, well, still on the Ganesha.
I
Yeah.
think this
Hmm.
I think this Scylla has been picked up as a flex because they've realised how bad this AMC is going to be into this mid.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got the mid 3v3 so bad here for an AMC, you've got the Odin that may rotate and cage you as well. I think they're going, damn, we cannot play this in the mid lane. We get dogged, and I think that's why they've picked the Scylla.
I don't think you can play in the dual lane even now with the Ulla pickup. That Ulla's gonna, I would imagine he's gonna bully AMC quite heavily. Able to do so much against an AMC, and well, it's with the builds that the items that are in this current patch, God knows what he's gonna build and what kind of disgusting thing he's gonna come up with.
Ooh, Ulla Sphinx Bauble? That's got to be a thing, right?
With
Oh, with
Bumbus.
Bumbas. Oh, that,
Infinite
and
axe
the Jotuns.
stunts.
Oh, the Jotuns
Jotun's
upgrades.
cunning.
The Jotuns cunning. Excuse me. Gonna be. Oh, Ginger, mate, I know you're watching. If I watch this game and you haven't got Bumbas, Ball, and Jotun's cunning, I'm never going to respect you. Do you know what? I'll let you off it because it's so early into the patch, mate. But
Who cares
if
if you
don't
have
pick these
wave
items.
clear?
The infinite spammability, honestly, that's filth. Oh, I'm excited now to see this Ulla build. Ben the Tiamat, honestly, but I'm excited to see this Ulla build. I think you have to be careful saying, "Oh yeah, minus 20% damage reduction." Nah. Don't worry about any of that. Do not worry about any of that,
What's
mate.
the point in 20% damage reduction when you can do your abilities like 200% more? You know, more frequently.
Exactly. We're looking at DPS over time here.
Exactly.
We take those.
But you do have to hit those abilities, so Ginger Archer could be in trouble here.
Well, yeah. Well, Ginger, I won't let the cat out of the bag, but I know those little axes can be quite hit or miss.
Well, mostly miss, but yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see though, won't we? This game.
Yeah. What the fuck? As we do load up into the game shortly, we are loaded up. I'm not showing you yet because lol, I don't like you guys over in the chat. But yeah, we'll get into the game right now. I guess I assume. I guess we can get into the game.
I guess, you know, maybe. So what are we looking at here?
Well, we've got an
of
Oma, a
builds.
Cthulhu Oma, playing against a Sparkfire Odin. Upo on the Barcasaur, obviously, in the jungle against the big man Jesus Spallona. We got Liner on the Tiamat. We got the Scylla. I Freak Out in the mid lane. Depressed Rhino Ganesha. Foulblood Mitch on the Emoja as usual in the support, and Cookie Monster on the AMC, and Ginger Archer on the Ulla. Ready to miss all those axes. What were you saying?
I don't like this Cthulhu pick. I think it's terrible into this comp at the moment. I just feel like you're going to pop your ult. Odin Cage is going to zone you. Okay, we get rid of that. Okay, now we've got your Mojo wall to get through. Well, I'm not entirely sure the effectiveness that this is going to have. Because most of the characters here, this is a very dive-heavy comp for the sort of spaced out. So I'm not entirely liking the pick here into these matchups.
Yeah, it really seems like they didn't have enough bands and they didn't want Spark playing it, so they just picked it up for themselves. They didn't really pick around it very well.
No, yeah, no, of course. I think you're 100% spot on with that, honestly.
Of course, I always am.
Is this going to be a backer trying to go for a level 2 gank on a Odin? It's on his tower line, or?
I'd love to see it, but my T key's a bit broken. Apparently.
That's not what you want to do, is it? As a Bakasura at level 2, is float around solo lane when there's so much farm to get.
Especially with a Scylla mid lane that has probably the worst level 2 clear in the game.
Yeah, I think they're just going to get everything off of that now. And going to get oracles. I think they're most likely going to get all the mid camps outside of the one that he decides to eat. So I think that's a slight misplay there.
Why are these buttons backwards? I don't know, but yeah, we just see. Wow, Lupa's a bit pushed up, and anyway, he should be a bit careful there. Big BMJ's going to take some poke though, and nothing going to come out of that for now. On the other hand, if I can get there with this troll bindings, I don't have a key for Oma apparently, but Fireblood Mitch is going to take a bit of damage. Suppress Man is going to dash in, maybe not the best idea, but Mitch is going to get poked out quite a lot here. And, well, disengaged there. A lot of him from the Benevolence, I assume they both have. Yes, they do. Coming out.
I think he'll spam his 2 a couple of times and he'll be right as rain again.
Yep. That's the Yamoja. The mighty red buff being pulled here. They're going to be able to get out of it without any casualties. On the other hand, though, the troll big man Jesus leaving a team out alone to do red buff. It's going to be a bit of a sucky one. I'm going to have to change stance to even get that red buff in time for the wave.
Yeah, although I will come to his defence somewhat though, because I'm guilty of that myself. But you know, Tiamat has a better than average ability to do it, but it feels bad as a jungler to go to that red buff and leave your yellow and 2 lots of backs and the blue up, because you know, if you're sat in the mid lane, you see the enemy jungle go to that first red buff respawn, you can run straight into their jungle and you can steal their yellow if you want to be risky. And before they can clear the red, you can, or if you want to be safe, you can go back to blue and put pressure on the blue straight away. So I personally don't mind it. If you really struggle to clear it, I honestly think I would rather just call a support over. But I think, you know, personal preference maybe. I think it feels bad as a jungler to do it, although it is necessary sometimes.
Yeah, so far nothing much happening. Lupo's been playing around these totems a lot. It's on these totems, and I like that as a jungler. There's 2 ways you can play the jungle, and that's you know, from the speed go to, you know, mid lane, do all that shenanigans. But you can also play for the totem, get the totems early, secure them early, so you get that extra gold, you get those extra buffs from the totem of 2. But you know, it has its downfalls as well. He's been playing heavily on these totems so far in this game.
Its downfalls in the sense that you're giving up all of this neutral farm in mid, and now you're behind. It's but, you know, these mid neutrals are so valuable. I think he's got a slightly deficit on the enemy jungler.
Yeah, but you do get that solo farm on the mid lane as well, which we can see here. Freakout's got a level advantage slightly. I'm assuming Liner will hit level 6 off this wave. Lupo's in the back camp. Speed buff about to come up. But if not, blue buff is about to come up, and Lupo's on time for it. And Spark is not, and he's going to be grabbing that. There's not much you can do against a Bakasaur when he's on your buff. And that will go down.
No, that is true.
Looks like Lupo's looking for more. It looks like he's going for the speed buff. BMJ's not going to be on time for that. That's going to be a bit of a deficit for BMJ, and he's just going to back here. I don't know if you want to back here. He's not going to get a buff.
Oh, no.
But you should be fine, I would imagine. Liner is here to rotate onto it. Sick ult Liner, good job.
He's got to die, isn't he? Surely here comes an Odin cage and
maybe dies, dead. But Oma is here to peel, but Oma's going to take a lot of damage here. Good job me on that one. Sparkfire going to go down. Oma is very low. Liner does, or BMJ does get the kill. Lupo up, down, since gets the kill. Good dodge by Liner and Beat. And Freakout's not going to get that kill into Liner. And that's a 2-for-1 trade for Spitz out. That must be feel pretty good despite the speed buff and blue buff in phase.
Yeah, I would take that trade all day long. I don't know whether he just had no mana or it didn't look like it, but Sparkfire dying there without even using his ult, and I think that would have gone a hell of a long way to sort of making that fight a little more clean than what it was. It's still a really nice trade for the team there, and punishing Lupo, Dodge, and Data. I'm always going to say it like that, by the way, because it rolls off the tongue so nice. For his misplay there, being a little bit arrogant, I suppose, in just backing at the yellow camp, knowing that, you know, the enemy jungler is running straight at you.
Well, yeah, there's not much going on in the map right now. You know, the usual farming, obviously, but that was a really good fight for Spaced Out. They were able to, you know, get those 2 kills. That rotation from fucking Omen was really good as well. Oh, mid and solos rotate for that. And that's something you want to see from your teammates. Just being willing to rotate to things like that, because that really does make the difference in these fights.
Really does, and it's a necessity more so than a preference. You really have to. If there's something popping up like that, you have to be there. Unless there's some greater macro play going on, like you can get a gold fury or something, and it's worth a sacrifice, which you're not going to do at 5 minutes. So you really do have to rotate to that, and yeah, good to see that they did.
Yeah, it's nothing more frustrating as a jungler and having someone on your back camp so your mid lane doesn't rotate to it. So yeah, good job on both parts.
And you spam ping the yellow, and then you spam ping their path to the back camp. And now you spam ping them running towards Scorpion, and they're like, "Come on, please, just run at him for me." Yeah, I agree.
It looks like Ginger Archer bullying Cookie Monster into the tower. I don't know why Cookie's so scared. It's not like you're gonna get hit by anything, but maybe scared of BMJ below. Just a little bit.
Oh, BMJ -1 power ranking.
Yeah, for sure. That was
We'll let him off as a one-time miss. We'll let him off. You
Yeah.
played so well for the entire season, Jesus. We'll let you off that one.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's probably like the biggest circle in the game, but we'll let you off.
He didn't even get it on the outer circle either. He completely whiffed that ability. Ginger Archer could be in trouble here. Freak out here in the rotation. Beats coming out from Ginger, but it might not be enough. Oh, Freak out whipping that ability. But oh my god, Ginger Archer hit abilities. Plus Freak out is a bit of a trouble, but Freak out is going to get those cooldowns back and take down Ginger Archer. But BMJ's here, ready not to whiff an ult right now. And Big Man Jesus is going to get a shell from Mitch. A good ultimate by Mitch to disengage this fight. And Lupo is rotating around the back here, but it's going to rotate out. Lion is about to walk into him. Lupo thought the red buff was up. It was not. And he's just going to get out of there while he can. That's a good fight for Euphemism, I think. Being able to pick up Ginger for no cost, really. Getting the Yamoja ult as well. It's a good fight for Euphemism.
So. I mean, not only that, he also got the beads, so we should expect some form of gank within the next 2 minutes.
I would have loved to see that fight, but I don't have a key for my keys are backwards for some reason, so I was trying to go to solo, I was going to duo.
Well, you mean to say you don't have a replay function on this stream?
I mean, I guess we could replay.
Is that a thing? Is that something we can actually do, or?
Oh, that would be awesome. That would require me to be not cast at the same time, for sure.
Okay.
I wonder how that would. I could definitely do that. I just that would take a bit of setup. Maybe season 2. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, new improved. Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Let's have yeah, we have a cast a catchphrase. Oh, it's a solo kill.
That's we definitely this. I was in my head thinking about replays when I was like drooling, So like...
I only apologise to Ginger because I know he's saying.
Oh, it was Ginger. Who cares?
He's in chat going. It's going to be a solo kill in 5 seconds. Please switch cameras. 3 seconds. Oh, I've missed it again.
I think Cookie died to minions. I think that was what happened there.
Here's what happened, right? Ginger Archer, max range, 360-degree Bullarax, jumped in the air, did a ladder bounce, 360 ladder arrows. Yeah, telling you, that's what happened. Then he turned around with the cancelled auto, hit him with the one whilst
there was Doritos flying everywhere, Snoop Dogg and all that. And it looks like Omer's in big trouble here. Cthulhu gonna go down, line again that kill. The press runner tried to do something for Omer, but well too late into this engagement. Good awareness by Spaced Out to go get that kill, and it looks like Spaced Out are just running with this game, despite goal leads on the side of Euphemism right now. Looks like Spaced Out do have total control of this game so far right now, and it's current point.
That's solely on Ulla. Am I seeing that right?
I mean, why not? I guess so. It's gonna
Juicy.
bust.
I don't even hate it. I just don't particularly like it. I just, you know, I'm wishy-washy towards it. Like, he could find himself some insane value, I suppose.
I feel like Soy is
Yeah.
one of those items Hi-Res just ignore. I feel like Soy is completely busted. If you look at the gods that have been insanely meta in the past few, like the past year or so, they've all made heavy use of that Soul Eater. And I feel like you can build it on ability-based hunters like AMC, like other. I feel like it's not a bad pickup.
Yeah, we actually saw Cheeto from Wiener Brigades picking up the Soul Eater, the Trans Soul Eater on AMC, and he
Yeah.
put in an absolute shift of it, and he did get some. You know what people are like when you don't build what the pros are building every single game. It's, oh my god, you built what this item, one item out of place, you're a troll. And it's not the case. Things can work differently. Like, I really liked it. I thought it worked well for him in that game.
Yeah, I think Trans Soy is a good pickup on AMC. You get more sustain that AMC has, which is really good for him, despite because of his poor mobility, really. And I think it does really well into AMC's kit, to be honest. What Ginger Archer's chasing down Cookie into his own purple buff, and Cookie doesn't want that fight.
I feel like it's the Soul Eater. I'd have to ask Ginger, but is this a specific idea to maybe try and out-sustain the Cthulhu damage that's going to be coming his way in the late game?
Well,
Possibly.
I'm a monster coming out, gonna take heavy damage to this Tiamat, because of the positioning there. And I would love to go in this fight, but I'm scared I'm gonna go into the dual lane. Ginger Archer, good rotation to take down Lupo here, and to press the Rhino is trying to pill out Omar, who just got Odin caged, and he's not going anywhere. Ginger Archer getting that double kill somehow, stealing the kill of Sparkfire, let's be honest. And yeah, good fight for Euphemism. And line up with the abilities.
It's a matchup diff, really. In these fights, Cthulhu getting Odin caged. It's what we predicted at the start of the game. It's a reason why he's a bad pick into this comp. Yeah, and that's what we saw there. He gets Odin caged, he gets murked. He's literally the biggest hitbox in the game when he ults, so it's easy pickings really for anyone. You can even have a silver controller player ADC would still hit all of their autos on that.
Yeah, the Cthulhu's a double-edged sword. You don't want to. You want to pick him early because he's really good. He might get banned second phase. They might even pick it up. And the other team might pick it up. But also, there is quite some heavy counters to the Cthulhu, like Odin, that kind of shut him down very well. Which is a double-edged sword when it comes to big bans and considering Cthulhu as a potential pick.
Agreed, yeah, and I also think that if you didn't want to counter him necessarily with a god pick, you could do it very, very easily with a relic pick being sprint, and it's one of these it's one of these things. Like, Cthulhu's really good at sieging, in my opinion, but he's very, very, very poor at defending sieges, and the reason is you go in as a team that's sieging, the Cthulhu pops his ultimate. You call to your team, okay, run away now. Pop sprint, run away. Now they haven't got Cthulhu ult. And it's one of the most fight-changing ultimates available to any team. So yeah, like you said, double-edged sword. Easy to counter, honestly. Very easy to counter. And it's exactly what Spaced Out do in this game as well. So yeah, a rough matchup for Omar, honestly. He's 2 levels down there as well. So he's a 2-level down solo laner with Warlock staff and a breastplate. He's dead. I think a Tiamat tornado just will do half his health bar at this point.
I'm interested to see if Spark picks up the bulb as well. That bubble is very good on Odin. If you build a Bumber's Hammer with that, you are so ridiculously good on the Odin. If you're able to get that Bumber's Hammer and the bubble.
Yeah, let's not tell everyone about that, all right?
I think the liner did it in a scrim yesterday.
I would appreciate it if we didn't spread that one. I know I've spread some cheese myself, but let's not spread the bubble Odin, please. God.
There's some disgusting picks that you're gonna see them in the next few weeks if Bobo isn't just removed from the game or something. because that's
It has been
disgusting.
removed.
It has
hasn't
been
it?
removed, yeah.
Yeah. and honestly, keep it the hell out.
Honestly,
I don't want
I
to see
am
that.
all for removing bubble from the game. I don't want to see
Yeah,
it.
keep it out.
It's not good for the
it,
game state, honestly.
it's not healthy. Agreed. It's not healthy.
It's a stupid idea. Throw it out. Please stop. Whoever came up with that idea, honestly, just fire them. That they should not be allowed in a creative meeting ever again. Bakasura is going in, doesn't get the steal, but almost gets the kill onto Yamosha Mitch there, but gonna go down himself. Good ultimate from BMJ, actually hitting that Valona. Oh, that Roman Victor is huge. And I'm trying to go to Oma, but that's impossible apparently. And well, he's gonna ult out and get out of there. And oh, looks like Euphemism are in a world of hurt right now. They didn't get the kill onto Mitch, which is pretty bad.
I think you have to ask yourself in that situation as a jungler that's already down in levels, and you know, is a pyromancer really worth you dying for? You know, if your team's not in position to go for it, is it really worth you ulting in and trying to steal it with a basic attack when they've got, you know, so much secure currently stood around it? I don't think it is personally, and I think any chance that you have of getting back into the game through efficient farming, you've sort of just thrown away again there. You've made it even harder for yourself now.
Well, Ginger Archer being chased down by Euphemism. Once again, Euphemism overextending and chasing fights that they don't really want. But they're not heavily punished for it this time. That's something Euphemism have been doing all set. Just chasing too far. Chasing kills that they aren't going to get because it's a team that is well coordinated and, you know, they're around each other a lot. You're not really going to get many picks against this team, to be honest. You really need to...
And they know.
Hmm.
They know the crack. I've spoken to them before. We've discussed this team in detail before, and they know the crack. They know how they like to play. They know the way that Lupo plays. They know what they need to do to counter him. Wait for him to engage with his team and kill him. Wait for him to overchase as a team and kill him. That they know. It's not a surprise to me that this game is going this way at all. It's the only thing that's surprised me really is that the gold lead's only 3k.
Level 18 Bologna run around, almost level 20 other running around. This is not a good sign for Euphemism as they do, Spaced Out do try to pull the Primal Fury. Freak Out is here around. And, well, slowly burning it. It looks like they're trying to get a fight out of this maybe. And BM Chase on Freak Out. And he's going to dash away. It looks like Lupo's trying to ult into the backline, but he just meets Sparkfire at the end of it. And it looks like the Prestwire is going to get caught out here, using the sprints to try to go through the wall, but is it going to be enough? Freak Out and Rhino go down, double kill for BMJ. BMJ going to get that triple kill, and he's going to go after Freak Out here, and that's a true quadra kill, and Over is probably not going to go down. BMJ is looking for it, they're all looking for it, but Ginger is definitely looking for it there. But low health bars on the back of Spaced Out, but really good fight for Spaced Out. PJ picked up a quadra kill, is huge for Spaced Out, and Primal Fury's all theirs for the taking.
Completely disgusted team fight for Spaced Out there, and once again, we see Lupo just ulting in on his own without the backup of his team, without letting his team go, his solo go in first, and Spaced Out sticking to the game plan and just blowing him up for it, winning a team fight off of it. It's such a huge resource to have as a Bakasura, is that ultimate, just to go in, instantly get pushed off the back line, only to have their Yamoja heal up any damage that you've done instantly, and now you're a Bakasura with no value.
Yeah.
It's really, really poor.
I mean,
really
you
poor.
have the best, probably one of the best engaged solo characters in the game on your side. You're not letting him blink ult into them. Are you crazy?
Exactly. Like this team comp is, you know, with a Cthulhu, even to some extent, the Ganesh, you'll throw his ult down and return to the backline. It's, I'm going to let my solo laner go in, do his damage, let my Scylla hit a few abilities, and I, as a Bakasura, am on mop-up duty. My job isn't like an Osiris or some other tanky jungler to stand there and engage with them and be an extra front line. That's not your job. You're playing Bakasura, similar to other gods like a Mercury, like a Kali. You're on mop-up duty. You go in later. You should never, ever, ever at this stage in the game, honestly, anywhere past sort of 7 or 8 minutes, you should not be engaging first. It's not a good idea. You will get punished for it.
Yeah, smart aggressive is the way you want to play, but Lupo's not about that life, and he's in a bit of trouble. Going to get a heavy amount of damage, having to back out there of that fight, and it looks like Spaced Out have huge control over this Spire Giant area right now. And Euphemism can only really watch as Oma, their teammate, falls from being out of position. Not sure why he's there when he knew multiple members of Spaced Out were in the right jungle. It's definitely not where you want to be. Looks like they're going to go towards this Fire Giant. Lupo's on the left lane, so he's no use there. He's not going to be helping out with this. Liner is here, ready to poke out any scrubs that come our way. But I go back and secure
ready
the Fire
to half
Giant.
health anyone with a whirlpool. Whirlwind, sorry.
Freak Out doing some heavy damage on Midge there. BMJ chasing down Freak Out in the back there. Is going to get that kill, I would imagine. Does get the kill. 9 kill streak for BMJ right now. And, well, Euphemism look well out of this game.
Yeah, the goal difference isn't really a telling factor. The game that I'm watching is what I would expect to see a 10, 12, 13, 14k gold lead on, but it's not. It's now 7 or 8k. But it's, in my opinion, it's not telling of what's actually happening in front of my eyes. I would expect from everything we're seeing just to have a much, much higher gold lead from Spaced Out. That is how dominant they're being in this set.
Oh yeah, for sure. I said it earlier when Euphemism was 600 gold ahead earlier on in the game. Like, they're ahead on gold slightly, but it's all Spaced Out in the game so far, and they're dominating the game. Well, Euphemism can only watch as their towers fall. Lupo did get the tier 2 dual lane tower, but that was about it from that split push. Wasn't able to get much from it. Not really gonna help. They really want to be defending this left Phoenix, I feel like. You got AMC and Barker on the other side of the map. Spaced Out are gonna look towards just going towards the mid lane. I'm not sure where they're going, to be honest. I think they're gonna go back for items. Maybe.
I think that was that's a safe call for sure, and I can never hate safe, but Bakasura showed up as being in between the tier 1 and tier 2 in middle, and AMC showed up as being on the tower line in the solo lane tier 1, so you just run into the Phoenix there, I think, personally.
Yeah, at the very least, Grandpa can through the ult from it and back out, at the very least, I feel like.
Yeah, there's nothing saying you have to commit to it. You can go in, hit it, see if they've backed in time to defend it. Well, if they have, we'll leave and spend gold. Oh, they haven't? Okay, we'll take the Phoenix and run, like you say, or grab a Cthulhu ult, for sure.
Yeah, just no solo lanes have gone for the bubble just yet. I'm not sure if Spark will go for it. It will only have 50% CDR. Omar has 30% CDR right now, so it would only have 40%. So I don't think either solo lane's going to go for the bubble this game. I know your Moja's going to go that bubble for sure. I would be surprised if she didn't. She's picked up a Chronos Pendant and a Spiro. That's 30% already, 40%. Add a Pridwen in there, maybe add a what you call it? No, Pridwen. And
Yeah,
wow, Pokemon's are going down.
I'm really surprised to see that we haven't seen too many glyph upgrades just yet, honestly.
Yeah, this was played on the patch day, like 2 hours after the update went live, so can't really blame him too much. BMJ going on to Barker here. Ganesha ult used, Barker ult used, but also Bologna ult used. And well, the only Fury, the Primal Fury, is gonna go down, and that's gonna make the siege much easier for Spaced Out. And Well, looks like they're playing the game slowly, and they're making sure they don't make any mistakes so far on this Fire Giant play. It looks like they're pushing down left Phoenix and absolutely no defense on this left Phoenix right now. It's free for the taking. Ginger Archer
Yeah,
trolling a
now
bit
they
of his
see
position.
Backer now in the right lane, so now they know that this Phoenix is free.
It's even more free now. The freak out is down, and BMJ is immortal. And Cookie Monster is gonna go down here. TBH, Aegis used, Beast used, and the Sprint used, and that is all death for him. Liner down, Liner taking down Cookie, Ginger taking down Lupo, Omar in big trouble. He's gonna go down. Well, he's not gonna go down. He's just gonna go back to spawn really. But the Titan is under attack, spaced out all 5 men under here. Mitch isolating out Ganesha and Cthulhu here. And Spark gonna get that kill on the Breast Rhino. And it looks like this could be a 2-0 on this. Omega pull off something. I don't think he will. Good stun by Ginger Archer to avoid any conflict there. And that is a 2-0 and set for Spaced Out.
Well, that was a stomp. That was that was a very competitive game, Smite, and I couldn't tell which direction that was heading. That was a really, really good showing from Spaced Out. Really, really good showing. I think we're looking at potentially multiple. I mean, if teams this week aren't putting in absolute shifts, that we're honestly looking at like 5 team of the weeks here off of that performance. So. It looks like I personally am going to be pulling out my favourite hyper carry and telling my teams to do the same because, you know, if we don't pump out 30 kills in a game, it looks like there's going to be 5 team of the weeks out of that game. Absolutely insane performance there from Spaced Out.
I would love to see you try to compete for that jungle spot. You
Yeah,
get a
well,
painter
it's
and it's
gonna be
yours.
tough, isn't
Have
it?
fun.
It depends whether they let Mercury through or not, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah,
know,
teams
maybe then
don't
I've
ban
got a
out
chance.
Mercury. Don't ban out Mercury teams against Kings.
Yeah,
It'll be
please.
fine.
I'm going to
Don't
ask my
ban
little
it.
brother, do me a favour. I live in the same household with him, so I have to threaten him. I say, listen, you ban Mercury, I'll walk
Just take
upstairs
over
and
his
slap you.
mouse real quick. Don't worry about it. Do his big mouse
Exactly.
for him. Yeah, really good performance by Spaced Out there. They really controlled that game too heavily. There was no euphemism in that game. Absolutely no showing of any blink of hope for them past like that 10-minute mark.
Yeah, no, it's exactly right. And oftentimes we do see games where it looks like a stomp, but we see a little shimmer of hope. Even in the team that's currently hasn't won a single game in Wiener Brigade, minus 10 points, and even in their games when they're getting stomped out by some of these top teams, there are glimmers there that there are stuff that they can do, little good individual performances. In this game there was nothing. It was like staring into an empty void. There was nothing there. Absolutely nothing. I don't think they knew what they could do to get back into it. I don't think they played their picks particularly well, and I think they also got outdrafted heavily this game. So very, very rough for them.
Yeah, really good job by Spaced Out. They really showed why they're up there in the division. And a number 2 spot right now, I believe. Oh, I do. I think. Hang on. No, this is an update, no mind. But yeah, it does put Spaced Out still in 2nd spot. Still 2nd position. They are just behind JBD by 1 point difference. So JBD do have a game in hand. We'll see how they fare against, I believe it's Bengal Babylonians, who, if they have Gordon, I don't have a lot of hope.
Yeah, that's basically it, isn't it? They've got Gordon, they've got a chance. If they haven't got Gordon, unfortunately, I don't think there's much of a chance. Honestly, Gordon is such an important
I'd say
piece
he's
in
the
that
core of
team.
that team.
He's absolutely the core of that team, and he's one of the strongest players in the league. So not having Gordon is horrific, honestly.
Oh, sorry, I was wrong, by the way. They're equal on points difference. So if GBD do lose that set, then they do lose that first position. And that will throw a spanner in the works to say, for sure. This game does also put Benadryl Babylonians up to third place and Euphemism down to fourth place based on points difference. With Benadryl having a game in hand, Kins also on par, same points difference, has a game in hand. So depending on results, elsewhere Spaced Out could be first, could stay second. Euphemism could drop down to like sixth or fifth as well. They could go back up to third if Benadryl and Kins somehow lose their games. But yeah, that's
Who are Benadryl playing?
Benadryl playing JBD.
Ah, okay. Do they have Gordon?
Don't know. Don't know how
Well,
Gordon's
that's
hand is doing. Not
well.
sure.
I have insider information from the horse's mouth itself. Gordon's hand is fortunately a sprain and not a break, so
That's good.
recovery time probably not as long as you think. So, still, like that's excellent for everybody, really. Good for
I want to see
Benadryl. I
him in
mean,
that tournament at least. That'd be good.
I anticipate that he'll be back relatively soon. Um, so this set, do you have any standout players for either game? Any potential man of the
Well,
matches or woman of the match? Or they of
yeah,
the
I would say
match?
Ginger's woman of the match. BMJ's got to take game two. I don't think there's much competition there. Mitch played really strong as well. Spark just hasn't had a bad game so far in this league. He's been playing really, really well. I feel like Lina played really well in that game one, pumped out an insane amount of damage. Was able to go deathless in this entire set, which is good to see from your mid laner. That's one thing she does well is not dying, apparently. Um, then Mitch is playing incredibly well. Ginger played well in the game two on the Ola. Identify the Cookie Monster isn't exactly an ADC that will be challenge you to many fights if he knows that he's not like significantly better than you. Maybe
Yeah,
I think MVP for this game is gonna go to BMJ on Mitch. Game one, bloody hell, I think it was Spark, Liner, or yeah, one of those two, I would imagine.
yeah. For me personally, game one, Spark with Cthulhu was insane, and game two, hard to argue anybody other than BMJ, honestly. Yeah, just counter picks the Bakasura and ran it down. Really, that's what you want. Essentially, you had a game plan, you stuck to it. You went 11-0-6, pumped out 21k. Yeah,
Cheeky
yeah.
Quadra.
So yeah, got a quadra, and I don't know who would take the overall set MVP honestly, because it would be between Spark and B&J, but I think
I would give it a Spark.
BM,
He played well, very well on the Odin. Very good cages. Played his role as he should have. He made Omen not play the game at all with those cages. So, yeah, very good job by him. Mitch,
yeah, I think
as
so. I
always,
agree.
the support was always underappreciated. He played really well in that game. I Freak Out played pretty well as well. Obviously not set MVP worthy, but another notable name to add in there. Played well on the game one, played decent on the game two. Not much he could really do on the game two though. As a Scylla not being allowed to hit 20, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's super rough. I would have hoped to have seen if you're a freak out and you're I mean, freak out. They are the star player of this team, in my opinion. I don't think it's particularly close between any of them. I think freak out is the standout player by quite a long shot. I think you should be putting him on something that is more that can sort of. If their team's falling behind in jungle or whatever, it's something that can be a little bit more independent, that doesn't have to wait 47 minutes and 32 seconds to actually come online. Um, Something with a little bit more early pressure. Honestly, yeah, even something like a Morrigan, just so okay, my team's behind, I'll just transform into someone on their team who's super strong, and I'll try and make my own plays. I'm not convinced that going for the Scylla is the best idea for this particular person. I think, yeah, I think they need more carry potential in their picks.
Yeah, well, good job by Spaced Out. I'm excited to see if they are able to take that first spot from JBD, although it does look unlikely. JBD just need to drop a game, and just need to keep their ways, going into the tournament to keep their first spot. But if they don't, those third to sixth spots are heavily contested, and they're very important seedings for the tournament. It really does make a difference who you're going to go against and what side of the bracket you're on. Maybe you play bad against JBD, maybe you don't want to be on their side. The same with like if you play bad against Protectors, Kins.
Oh yeah, don't throw shade at me, mate.
Maybe you don't want to be on their side.
I hate playing against them. I don't know what it is, mate. It's like they're kryptonite,
Yeah, some teams
Anti-styles.
have kryptonites. Some of the big teams have those kryptonites against them. Have you even beat Protectors yet? I don't know. Maybe
No,
the early
we haven't.
season. Surely the early season because Protectors then not.
Oh yeah,
that.
they didn't have blank backpack in them. Sorry, I mean they didn't pick up blank from the free agents. No, I'm kidding.
What makes
No,
it
you're right.
advanced?
Split one, we did beat them, and we lost in the knockout tournaments to them.
Yeah, big upset. Protectors just the giant killers so far in this league, and maybe they could do that against JBD as they do face them in the last week before. Who knows? It's gonna be an interesting next 2 weeks for sure.
I am excited to see that game actually because they do have a new solo laner now.
And
I do still think their jungle is an area where they are really struggling in and is very exploitable, for the sort of early mid game especially. So it's going to be interesting game to me because I do think they have the potential to win. I just think that JBD should be looking to push their pressure through, exploiting their weaknesses and playing that way. So yeah, I'm really excited to see it.
Spread against Tears a very interesting matchup. Tears kind of definitely the star player of JBD. Definitely takes the team to the level they need to be on. I would say he's kind of a hard carry, but Dorsey's also there.
Yeah.
I think Blank would probably get the edge on Nope, depending on how the jungle plays out. It'll be an interesting game. I'm excited for that one. Yeah, it should be we'll be back with you. I don't know when. I know there's a game on Sunday. When's Kins playing, huh?
Sunday at 7:00. And it's the Battle of the Brothers. So yeah,
The
come
Winner
along
Brigade
and watch me farm him.
Benadryl versus JBD. I believe that might be pushed into next week actually. With scheduling issues or something, availability issues. FB Phil Sparkusman versus Protectors Victor Seal. Absolutely no idea. None of those captains put their game into game schedule, so it could have already happened by my knowledge. Who knows? But yeah, some exciting games in the lower division as well as the upper division. There is the final tournament happening now. I can't really spoil the game because I don't know if it will be streamed, but one team has beaten the other in the quarterfinals and they've gone on to fight Hell's Minions in the semi-final. So that will be also interesting to see how the final tournament for the upper division goes. Hopefully less troll picking and more serious picking because of the stakes that are at hand. But thank you for joining us. And I've been Printers, he's been Morton, and we'll catch you very soon, hopefully.
You on that nemesis, thinking her shield is pure scale. War thunder biz, I got my scythe on me. Pray to God I don't hit it, or you'd be the one on the gray scale. Yeah. Spitting bars about smile, even though it is shy. Fuck me, I need a new purpose in life. Yeah, walking back to speed, fountain gang, rise up, run it down, no regrets. Spawn back at the fountain. Yeah, fountain gang, Mr. Thana won't get removed from the team. But unlucky, we try again. Pure skill flowing down my veins. No pussy guys on my track. Yeah, we talk about you, Capri ugly ass, but give me a rest. Only thing you good at, you fucking old, but don't even get me started on you, Aries. Yeah, let's throw it back to some skill. Crucible, be my cruising bro. Spinning, flipping, pushing peace. My man knocks up woman on the daily while looking kinda hazy. What I wouldn't do to be my cruising bro. Spitting bars about smile, even though it is shy. Fuck me, I need a new purpose in life. Yeah, I might be an old life, but you talking, walking, breathing, smile. Fuck man, you might need more help than me. You plebs are playing casual while I'm sitting in the Galarian League. I must be cooler, right? Never mind, casual's better than a bombshell. All the love to my boy princess, but babies ruined